Hello my soccer universe, to a review of round 17 of Serie A, the last one before Christmas, and Serie A really was pushing it, playing the last two games on the 23rd, so I have to post this on the 24th, which is the day where here in Austria we already celebrate Christmas in the evening, so not very ideal for me. So I don't want to say a whole lot. I will say though a little bit why is Serie A not taking a break. It used to be that play was stopped right before Christmas, then there's a 2-week break, and then Serie A continues. I guess expanding a league to 20 has something to do with it, having expanded Champions League has something to do with it, and of course the absolutely unnecessary Super Cup played in Saudi Arabia, which I will not really cover on this channel because it's a bogus competition that is played not in Italy. Therefore it doesn't deserve my attention, even though my team Milan is playing in there. Just a little bit on Milan. They get a win, however it was not pretty. It seems like it has given Fonseca a little bit more job security, although you never should judge on just a single result. But then also I hear the talks that Xavi Hernandez is about to take over, and I'm thinking, that doesn't solve the problem just one bit. Milan's identity has been, at least under Berlusconi, to take some unfancy coaches and making them into superstars. Look at Sacchi, look at Capello, also look at Ancelotti, not getting a superstar coach. But Xavi Hernandez, he's not Milan. I think I would have much rather liked that you take someone like Palladino, who is now doing good stuff at Florence, although their unbeaten run is over. The round itself was quite an interesting one. We had 6 away wins. Actually started with 4 away wins in a row before Roma snapped the 3, but 6, that's pretty good. We also had no draw in there. And we also shouldn't forget about the Coppa Italia round in midweek. That was not very exciting, to be honest, but that's where we'll start. This week's Coppa Italia games were really just so one-sided that it doesn't really add to the excitement around the competition at all, which anyways already rigged so much towards the big teams. It's only from the quarterfinals on that the Coppa Italia is actually somewhat-ish interesting. Juve get a big 4-0 win over Cagliari, although Cagliari had chances early on, but as soon as Vlahovic made it 1-0 in the 44th minute and also got his monkey off the back, there was only one way. Cope minus adds the second one, and 2 late goals by Francisco Conceição and Nico Gonzalez make it a rather resounding scoreline. Much needed for Juve. When have they scored 4 as of late? Atalanta took on Serie B team Cesena at home. It was already 4-0 at the half. It ends in a 6-0. The Ketelaere, of course, scoring a brace in there as well. Fun fact, I turned on the game, it was already 6-0. I only saw the Cesena goal that came late on. And I expected a little bit more from Roma taking on Sampdoria. However, Dovbyk in the 9th and the 19th already made it 2-0. Baldanzi then adds a third in the 24th. Yeah, that was time to switch the channel. Yepes did pull one back for Sampdoria, but it was never nervy. The only good thing about this, it was a wonderful jersey matchup. And a little bit like Cagliari, Udine had early chances. However, Inter, even with a changed lineup, they're trying to do something similar as Chelsea is doing by changing, constantly rotating. Inter had control of the game. The latest when Taremi and Arnautovic nicely combined for the 1-0 through Arnautovic himself, and then just before they have Aslani with an Olympic corner directly into the net. No one is touching it. It's 2-0. Inter see it out easily, and even Taremi hit the post in the second half. And since the Coppa Italia is played on the bracket, we already know the pairings for the quarterfinal. We have Juve taking Empoli at home. It's all one-legged with Bologna then playing Atalanta. And then we have 2 Milan-Rome duels. Milan taking on Roma, Lazio against Inter. You would expect the Milan teams to go through and meet in a semi-final. But you know, on Friday evening, Milan's team give their coach, their beleaguered coach, a much-needed Christmas present in form of a gritty, dirty, ugly 1-0 win at Verona. At least some job security for Fonseca for now. However, you always question how long this is gonna last. It's not much I can tell you about the game. It was an experimental lineup. Jimenez, who played great against Genoa, started against was also former Verona player Terracciano. In there, up front, Temi Abraham instead of Morata. Morata, of course, was injured. So yeah, the game reflected that. The lowlight of the first half, that had very little chances, was of course that Rafa Leao had to come off after half an hour, was replaced by Theo Hernandez. That was a little bit of a surprise. And interesting enough, he replaced Jimenez, who was then pushed forward. Yeah, but didn't add a lot of dimension to Milan's attack as well. In the second half, however, Milan scores the winner through a beautiful Reinders goal, a goal that is befitting of a much bigger affair. It was a beautiful pass by Fofana through the Verona defense, and then Reinders just glides through the defenders and finishes very expertly high in the corner. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous goal. Reinders is for me the player of the season. Pulisic is of course the other one. With those 3 points, Milan are now at least overnight only 2 points behind Juventus, now level on games. So yeah, but it still doesn't look pretty, and the title is definitely not in there anymore. You also have to worry now with Leao out and with Pulisic out. Your two most threatening players up front are injured even going into the new year. While this was a win, might as well turn out to be a Pyrrhic victory. After Milan's away win at Verona, Saturday saw 3 more away wins in Serie A. The first one of which was also the clearest one, Bologna beating Torino away from home 2-0. However, the game was relatively tight. Early on there was a penalty given away for an unnecessary tackle by Borna Sosa. However, Castro sees his effort saved by Milinkovic-Savic. Then game ebbed and flowed, but Bologna was clearly the more mature team, and they get the go-ahead goal through the Linga in the 71st minute, and Pobega in the 80th makes it a convincing 2-0 scoreline. Napoli's 2-1 win at Genoa, though, was a much tighter affair. Yes, Napoli had a 2-0 halftime lead through Anguissa and Rahmani and were more or less in control of that game. However, Genoa came storming out in the first half. Pinamonti had already a great shot saved by Meret, but then cuts Napoli's lead in half in the 51st minute. Then it was an up and down affair with Genoa actually pressing for the equalizer and Napoli not being able to close out the deal. Really gripping game, great atmosphere. It ends with a 2-1 win for Napoli, who, at least for a day, overtake Atalanta. And after being battered by Inter on Monday, Lazio also bounced back with a 2-1 away win at Lecce. But this was a lucky away win, it has to be said. They take the lead through Castellanos' penalty in stoppage time, where first Gilbert saves a shot just on the line. If it would have been behind the line, the goal would have counted, so he was sent off. But with a man less, Lecce actually get the equalizer to Tete Morente, and then the game was relatively even. Yes, slight advantage Lazio, but that they get the winner through Marušić was a little bit of a lucky strike as well. Wild celebrations, however, Lecce almost managed an equalizer, with Kaba having a free header onto the crossbar. Not a very good performance by Lazio, however, 3 points, and that's the most important for them. Roma seemingly finding their groove under Claudio Ranieri, beating Parma at home 5-0, and it is Dybala who scores a brace in that one, opening scoring with a penalty in the 8th minute and then adding a third in the 51st. Salemakers, Paredes with another penalty, and Dovbyk scoring the other 3. Venezia get a 2-1 win at home against Cagliari, which also means that they are now not in last place anymore for the first time since early November. Zampano, after an Orestiano assist, gave Venezia the lead in the first half. They thought that they actually had a second goal, but it was disallowed for an offside. But then Schwerko gets the second goal in the 67th minute, a very curious one, because while falling, he gets his feet enough sorted to make a surprising shot onto the target. Look out for that goal, it's absolutely amazing. Then when Pavoletti pulls one back in the 76th minute, it seemed to be a little bit nervy for Venezia. Cagliari had the chances to equalize, but in the end it ends with a 2-1 win for the man from the Lagoon. Meanwhile, Atalanta stayed top with a very hard-fought 3-2 win over Empoli. Colombo, in the 30th minute, gave Empoli the lead that was then before the half. Turned around with a great goal by the Ketelaere, how he gets away from his marker, and the header in was really cool. And similar, Lookman, just before the half after Nicolo Zaniolo assist, makes it 2-1. However, then, penalty for Empoli, Esposito converts, and for the longest time it seemed like Atalanta are dropping points, and then the Ketelaere glides into the box past a few defenders and then takes a shot that the keeper couldn't see very well, and it's 3-2 in the 86th minute. Atalanta's winning streak is at 12. That's championship form. And Juve got the expected 2-1 away win at Monza. However, that was not pretty what Juventus were showing. Again, Monza, last place team, I always feel that their performances are much better than their actual standing. They go down through McKennie, but get an equalizer through Birindelli. Birindelli, wasn't he at Juventus? And were well in the game. However, Nico Gonzalez then with a nice lob re-establishes Juve's lead before the half that Juve see out, but were very much on the back foot. There were plenty of chances for Monza in there to at least grab a point, but so Alessandro Nesta's side still are now bottom of the table. Not looking good for the former stellar Lazio and Milan defender. In the early Monday evening game, Udine and Fiorentina's unbeaten run, beating them 2-1 away from home despite being 1-0 down through a Ken penalty in the 8th minute at the halftime. However, after the half, Udine make a counter that seemingly was cleared. However, Ranieri plays it out badly and the ball then comes via Ekkelenkamp to Luca, who one-times it into the net. Beautiful equalizer. And then Fiorentina again try to carry the ball forward and are caught on a counter-attack. Thauvin dances around the edge of the box, similar to what the Ketelaere did against Empoli, and gets the winner for Udinese, while Fiorentina are pushing later on, cannot find an equalizer. Meanwhile, Inter get a 2-0 home win over Como, a win that was actually quite some hard work. Como attacked Inter and gave them some trouble. However, Inter are just a better team, and so right after the Carlos Augusto, after Calhanoglu assists, heads it home to make it 1-0, and then laid on Thuram with a thunderous shot where Peperena just couldn't get his hands up. Gets the second goal, but as I said, in between there were always some periods where Como were quite dangerous, and maybe with some luck they could have snatched the point, but then again, it's Inter, and Inter usually get the win. For this video, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the standings. However, we still have Atalanta up top. However, if Inter win their game at Fiorentina, and Fiorentina are falling in a way, then they will draw level with Atalanta and overtake them based on goal difference. So watch out for that one. On the bottom also, Venezia are not last place anymore. Still though, the highest chance of going down for the man from the Lagoon. As for Milan, their position has not really improved. They're still in 8th place. But you know, with Fiorentina coming down, maybe you can get into touching distance, but you need to win at Bologna. And that's not a foregone conclusion. I guess in order to make you watch Serie A during the Christmas break, they put 3 real top games in the schedule. We have Lazio against Atalanta already on the 28th of December. Then the 29th, we have 2 big ones. Juve against Fiorentina, that is always a big rivalry, although it matters way more for Fiorentina than it does for Juve. And then Milan against Roma, a little bit of a preview for the Coppa Italia as well, but this is always a big name matchup. It's also the matchup between my 2 favorite teams in the league. However, it's Milan and here's Roma, so I will go in all on Milan there. Inter go to Cagliari, should be an easy win, and Napoli face Venezia at home. Venezia have shown some good signs, and Napoli unconvincing at the moment. Conte not happy for sure. Okay, that was it. Last video before Christmas on Serie A. I am debating whether I will do a video in the Christmas break because, you know, it is a break after all. But I guess since I'll be watching, I might as well do a video. But let's see about that. It again will hit right until the New Year's Eve. But at least that one is a little bit later, so I can see myself doing a video there. Let's see about that. But don't expect one. I gotta be honest as well. In any case, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please drop a line below how you saw the matches this weekend. And I will talk to you soon about more things in my soccer universe. And I will want to finish with Buon Natale for everyone. Hey there! I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, here are some videos and playlists that you may enjoy too. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever something happens in my soccer universe. And with that, have a wonderful day. Bye!